missing while we're busy living. Have you ever been in an accident where for just like 1 second, everything slowed down? People describe tiny details like dust floating in the air, the sound of breaking glass, the image of someone's face. Almost everyone says the same thing. It felt like time stopped. But the strange thing is, it didn't. Your brain simply became incredibly focused. Research suggests that during highly emotional moments or dangerous moments, our brain doesn't slow down time. Instead, the way our brain encodes these is we feel like they're longer when we remember them. But we get this sensation and it feels like time slows down and we become hyper aware. And I remember wondering, what if we could experience the beautiful moments of life with that same kind of attention? And that question became the Symphony lens. One of the strange things about life is we don't realize it's happening until it's over. You blink, your kids are teenagers. Or maybe 20 years ago, you were just trying out a job and all of a sudden, boom, it's your career. You hug someone not realizing it's the last time you'll ever be in contact. None of these moments feel particularly extraordinary when they're happening until later. So I asked myself, what if we could notice these moments while we're living, not later? Now. The more I read about perception, the more fascinated I became. Scientists studying traumatic events have found that people report the feeling of time slowing down. But of course, time isn't actually slowing down, but our attention is. The brain becomes intensely present. It focuses out all distractions. It notices everything. I love this idea because maybe the miracle isn't some type of slow motion. The miracle is our attention. That became the entire concept of the concert. So we went out and started filming these ordinary moments at 1,000 frames per second. A hug, a first kiss, and every second that led up to that. Water splashing, a runner unaware of the car he's about to come in contact with. A laugh, a single tear. While I was researching this, I found a film of a girl growing up from birth all the way through 21 years old. Her name was Lottie. I ended up meeting her father, who's the filmmaker. His name is Frans Hofmeester from Holland. He and I collaborated together, and the first part of this piece was 3 minutes of a mom and a daughter, a 3-year-old girl running to her mom, and they hugged, and we lived inside that hug, and you could see the hands squeezing and just all the emotion inside of that hug. And then we played Franz's film for the second half. It was so incredible. We watched this little child all of a sudden become an adult in 3 minutes. And everyone in the audience had the same reaction, which is, I think a lot of them just started crying. Like, how did that happen so fast? That's the crazy part. It didn't. It's just that we were so busy living. To bring this idea to life, I invited artists who understood texture and emotion. Imogen Heap from London. She's one of the most imaginative musicians I have ever met. She and I had met speaking at a TED conference a few years earlier in Oxford, England. We were punting on the Thames. There was this band that had this internet phenomenon called Pomplamoose, who were so inventive, and Pomplamoose were so fun, and their creativity and joy made every rehearsal so much fun. Fun little fact, they actually went on to found a company called Patreon that's now worth billions of dollars. Those bands, the choirs, the dancers, the Northwest Symphony Orchestra, everything was designed to slow the audience down. Not by making the music slower, but by bringing them in to notice more around them. That year, our patient was a boy named Max. He had lost his hearing, but through cochlear implants from the hospital, he had regained enough to not only function in life in the way that he and his family wanted to, but also to play the piano. And I was trying to figure out how we would collaborate with the orchestra, and we devised a plan with this piano teacher where she would tap the tempo on his back while he played, so he would be able to stay in time with the orchestra. I remember watching him perform and thinking, here's someone who had to fight to hear the music. And I, spending 25 years writing music for films and shows and symphonies, kind of rush through it every day. That was lens. It's about perspective, not changing life, just changing the way we look at it. I've wondered something ever since writing this concert. What are we missing? Because I think we're surrounded by miracles. A child laughing, a parent growing older, a beautiful wave, a sunset, a great friendship, a beautiful meal, being a part of a community, a conversation we'll never have again. Maybe slowing down isn't about doing less, but maybe it's about noticing more. Not because life moves too fast, but because we do. Maybe that's enough to change a life. The following year, well, I brought an entire circus onto the stage. That next year would be the Symphony Onward.